Gary Lee here with Black Belt TV's Martial Arts Exclusive. We're in Anaheim, California at the beautiful Anaheim Hilton Hotel celebrating the Masters Hall of Fame. We have a lot of celebrities that have come through, but one of my favorite is none other than Bill Superfit Wallace. Hey Billy, what's going on? Bill, you're being interviewed.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know, I keep calling you Billy, but I want to call you Grandmaster Wallace, but last time you did that, you slapped me across the head and you said, you don't call me that anymore.
And I meant it because I grew up.
You grew up?
I grew up. I'm older now.
You're older now?
I'm older now. I've matured.
Well, this is our second or third interview, so I don't really know what to talk about except that you're probably one of the greatest martial artists ever lived. A living legend.
Well,
and you're still humble.
I'm an old person. But I have fun.
Yes, sir, you do.
I have a good time, man. You know, it's like we were talking about. I have to give a little talk tonight, and
that's right. You're the master of ceremonies.
Yeah, well, okay. I'm a guest speaker. You might
say,
and I'm not very good at it. But you just find out, you know, how many times people have injuries, and they decide that they can't continue doing something because of that injury.
Right.
And you say, now hold on. Like I've had 2 hips and a knee put in, total prosthesis, and I'm about that far from doing the full splits. I can kick. People tell me I kick just as fast as I used to kick. I'm just as strong, so I can still hold the leg up. You know, and I apologize if you think this is a brag, but I don't mean it as such, because this is what I do for a living. This is what I do for my life.
Yes, sir.
And I'm not going to let a small thing like an injury say, you're not going to be able to do that anymore. You know, how many of us have had hip injuries, have had shoulder injuries, have had knee injuries, have gotten bruises and dings and things like this that we said, oh, well, I don't know if I ever want to do this again. It never entered my mind, you know, because I like to kick people in the head. It makes me feel good.
Yes, sir.
And the more I kick them in the head, the better I feel.
Well, I got so many questions. I got to ask you one question. What's it like winning 23 in a row without losing? What an amazing record.
I guess it would be amazing.
It is.
But the most important thing is, and I view this seriously now. Okay. Seriously. Gary, I was very lucky. Think of people in the boxing profession primarily. It is, they've signed for a fight on Saturday, the 23rd of August. That's next week. They get a cold, or they break their hand, or they get bruised, they break a rib or something like this. 2 things have to happen. You either cancel the television venue, you get somebody to take your place, or you'd fight. Now, if you're an up-and-coming fighter, you're not going to not do it, because there's your prestige for the television cameras. There's your money that you're going to survive for the next 3 or 4 or 5 months, right? So you have to take the fight. Luckily for me, in my 23 title defenses, I was never sick. I never had a cold. I was never bruised. I was never beaten up. I was never injured to the point that I couldn't fight. So I think that has a lot to do with it too, because I've had friends that did fight that had flus, that had colds, they had bruised ribs, sore hands, sore feet, sore legs, right, for some other, whatever the case may be, to where they couldn't fight up to their potential. I, on the other hand, you know, thank you God, I was never hurt, never injured, never sick, always at the top of my game, and I was always in really good shape.
Yeah, I got to bring up something that I feel is amazing. I think the fans do too. Is that, was it the left leg or right leg that was hurt?
Right leg was hurt.
So you kicked with the left leg. See,
only, yeah.
My point was,
that's why
when you got in the ring, everyone knew that leg was hurt, and you were only going to kick with the left leg, and they expected that. But yet you used to just plunder through people. I mean, just amazing. Now I'm talking about point fighting too.
Oh, yeah.
In the old days.
See, the point fighting, it was all speed.
Yes, sir.
And all of my techniques are dependent on speed. I'm 165 pounds. I was a wrestler in high school and college, and I'm fairly strong. But I never wanted to compete with somebody that was strong. I never wanted to match my strength against you, because there's always somebody bigger. There's always somebody stronger. There's always somebody out there that's tougher than you are. So, you know, I don't want to play that game. I figure if I have these kicking techniques that I use, the side kick, the roundhouse kick, and the hook kick, and I throw them at you, and they all look exactly the same, when it starts to come out, they all three of the kicks, the side kick, the roundhouse kick, and the hook kick, look exactly the same. So if you can imagine, the side kick comes straight out, the roundhouse kick comes around, and the hook kick comes the other way. Now you got about a second to decide what to counter, or what to defend against. And if I throw a combination in there, a fake hook kick into the roundhouse kick, now I've got you leaning into the technique that I'm throwing.
Let's not forget about that left hook you had too.
Yeah, that
left hook was tough.
That kept you away from me.
The
left hook kept you away from me, so I could kick. That's why I learned it.
Absolutely.
I never wanted to. I never wanted to box. I never wanted to get close enough to punch you in the face. Because if I'm close enough to punch you, you're close enough to punch me back.
Now I know you belong to many Hall of Fames, and you know they're all very special. But this one that Dan Heck and Mr. Dice put together, you know, I can feel the special presence of everyone here has really been part of the history. How do you feel about being part of that and sharing that with us?
I'll let you know tonight. I've never been here before, and Dan seems like an absolutely wonderful person. I know Mr. Dice from before, so and then Gary, of course, you and a lot of the other people that I know.
Sure.
But this is the first time I've been to this Hall of Fame, and primarily I understand it's like a West Coast type thing. So, and I moved back to Florida 9 years ago. So I haven't been here. I haven't been around these people all night, even though I know a lot of them still. But I'm looking forward to it. I view every one of these as very, very important because we're all in this together. And I got lucky.
What's the future for Bill Wallace? What's going on with Bill Wallace in the future?
I'm
You doing
still
seminars
here.
around the world?
Yep, still here. I booked up the rest of the year. I go to Australia in October for 3 weeks. From there, I'm going to go down to the South Antarctica.
Wow.
I'm going to go to the South Pole. So,
Now, I was listening to you last night. You're fixing to go to someplace called Tombstone. That's an old Western town, right?
Yeah, I have a friend that I'm doing a seminar for the middle of next month in September in Tucson.
Wow.
And after the thing in Tucson, Jane's birthday is the September the 12th.
Oh, she's a great gal.
Oh, she's
She
my
is.
darling.
And
She's
you know,
my darling.
you remind me kind of like the old Western days, the fast gun, the fast straw. I mean, come on, think
Well,
about-
that's what's always been fun of it. You know,
Absolutely.
what I've always said, you know, we're going to spar, and if you can beat the left leg, you got a good chance. And not to brag and not to push anything, but nobody's beaten it yet. You know, and it's not that I'm a great fighter. It's just that I work off of your reactions.
Yes, sir.
You know, I throw the kick fast. You have to block it quick. Now, if I start to throw it again the same exact spot, you got to react to it quickly. Now there's an opening someplace else.
Absolutely. Well, I couldn't do an interview without asking about your golf game. So tell me about your golf game. What's going on with that?
Well, I was down in Austin middle of May and had a great time.
Yeah,
down
we did
there
that with Twain and
your son,
everybody.
yeah, with Twain and Mike, and had a great time. I played yesterday. Yeah, played day before yesterday. Just felt terrible. Just couldn't hit the ball. I tried a new set of clubs that I've had for a long time and hated them. Almost threw them in the pond, but I didn't. But you know, you have things on your mind and how, you know, golf is played between your ears.
Yes, sir.
And there was nothing between my ears the day before yesterday. So,
Well, I'm going to tell you, I've really enjoyed about you being here, and knowing you're going to be the master of ceremony has really been a joy. Thank you for this interview, Bill.
Thank you.
God bless you, brother.
Talk to you guys soon. Take care.